you end up catching a case, which ultimately ends up sending you to prison.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you had mentioned in another interview that you were fucking with some people who you thought, was loyal to you, and they ended up not being loyal to you. So explain to me why exactly you ended up in prison.
I mean, I really don't want to shed a light on exactly why, but it's honestly, to keep it funky with you, it's me fucking with certain niggas put me in that predicament. Me not knowing and me really not thinking, because I can't even put the blame on anybody else all the way. Like, I got to take some of the blame, but you know what I mean? Like, that's another situation that really helped me see the light, and that's why I don't really like to dwell, because I did a couple interviews before I went in and talked about it. I really don't like to dwell on it again, because honestly, me doing that bid was a blessing. Like, you know what I mean? I came home, I'm happy, I'm in a good space, I'm recreated, my music is sounding great, you know what I mean? So, that's where I'm at with it, but honestly, it's just, being around the wrong people, like, you know what I mean? Putting the trust in the wrong people. That's what got me there, you know what I mean? And I probably would have never ended up doing no time if I would have fucking start opening my mouth, not opening my mouth to tell, but opening my mouth and trying to negotiate what should I cop out to. I was real cocky. I had a big lawyer, Scott Lehman, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to trial. They ain't got nothing on me. I ain't do nothing. But, at the end of it, once I seen how real it could get in Manhattan court, I said, you know what they offering? And it was too late by then. I just had to take whatever was on the table from the jump, which was 2 years.
Okay. Now, you had mentioned that at one point you were thinking about running and just going
Oh,
on
yeah,
the run.
yeah. I was ready to go to DR. And my moms was with it. Like, yo, yeah, because, we got the house and we got the little mini mansion in the Capitol. So she like, yo, listen, we out. It's over. But my niggas is my brothers and shit like that. Fred Money, niggas like that was telling me, like, nah, man, just chill. You know what I mean? You're going to do your tour. You're going to be right back out. You know what I mean? Better than ever. Like, fuck all that. But honestly, I didn't want to do a day because I never was used to doing a day. Like, I would pay my lawyer $5,000-$6,000 just to dismiss a case for a suspended license. Like, I never was used to doing a day, honestly. Besides juvenile, which was a long time, you know what I'm saying, ago. So, you know what I mean? I didn't want to do a day. And all that dealing with, oh, JR, yo, oh, shit, yo, what you doing in here? You know what I mean? I didn't want to deal with none of that.
Okay, so you get charged. Now, originally, what was the original plea deal they were giving you before it got close to the trial date?
Plea deal was 2 years. I kept saying trial, and he probably could have got me 8 months on the island. You know what I mean? So, the whole time I'm just saying trial. And he's like, yo, damn, it's too late now. I asked him how much is on the table, maybe the day before they was ready to go to trial. And then I still was like, let me see what the pre-hearing looked like. And the DA come in with a box full of evidence, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? I didn't do nothing. So when he like, relax, he's just trying to scare you, but that shit definitely did the trick. Like, I was scared to death. I'm like, oh, man. So I asked him, too. I asked him, like, yo, what's the percentage like? You know what I mean? If I lose, like, he like 60-40 done, you know what I mean? Because the jury is not going to be, really on your side. You're a rapper. And the jury is picked from Canal Street, from Wall Street, all the way to Midtown. It's not going to be a good look, you know what I mean? And then on top of that, he's trying to cover it up. He doesn't even want people to know I'm a rapper. Like, he's like in that light. I don't know if you heard of him, but he got Big Sean off his case. He's representing Troy Ave right now. He represents, that's the way I found my lawyer, my first lawyer. I Googled who is P. Diddy's lawyer, who is Busta Rhymes' lawyer, and Scott Lehman kept coming up. So I said, all right, that's who I'm gonna fuck with. But paparazzi will show up like, hey, Scott, who you here with? Who you here? He's like, nah, I'm just pulling some fouls. He'll tell me, yo, go downstairs. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's why I ended up doing it too, because honestly, I probably could have did less than that. Word.
So if you had gone to trial and blown trial, how much were you facing?
He said the bottom number was 3.5, which was more than the cop out, and then the top would be 15, the max. And he said you'll fall along. He said like it was nothing. You'll fall along 7 to 8. And honestly, he was mad though. He was mad because he don't like none of that cop, and now he want to go to trial. He wanted to spank the case. But I'm like, listen, this is my life. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to, like, you know, shouts to Mike's son. I know they was offering him 2 years for his, what was his going on. I don't know if he did it or not, but I could have sworn he didn't do it, and he had the rap shit popping, and he didn't want to do no time, so he took it to trial and caught, what, 7 or 8. You know what I mean? So
yeah, no. My son is one of my best friends, and I mean, this almost sounds similar.
Yeah.
Because he, you know, his friends ended up beating someone up and robbing him. He was there. He wouldn't tell on his friends, and then he ended up doing 7 years.
Exactly.
These so-called friends never came forward to try to help him out or nothing else like that. And he ended up doing 7 years.
Facts. Same shit. Same
right
story.
Right in the middle of like the height of his rap career.
Same story. And I remember that. That was Rough Rider compilation. I remember the rap and all that. Like,
yeah, Violator, all that.
Yeah.
I mean, in your situation, essentially you did nothing and you just wouldn't cooperate in terms of who really did it?
Facts. Facts.
So if you had just said, so-and-so did this is where they live, this is their name, so-and-so did this, you would have just walked away?
I know you would have did that. You would have been, listen, I'm doing business. Listen, I got VladTV going on. I'm about to get it on the network. I got big things popping. He did it. I don't live that life. I'm
not a street guy, man. I never claim to be. I don't live by those set of rules, man. Matter of fact, I don't even have people around me who do crimes. So
I could dig it. I don't even anymore. Shouts to my PR. I definitely don't got nobody that does crimes around me anymore.
Yeah, man. That's not my life. But I'm not really put in that situation. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it just is what it is at the end of the day. But it's sad. It's sad when you do have that type of code. And especially on the rap shit, if you go and do that.
Oh, it's over.
And
it's over.
Yeah, and it gets released and people pull paperwork out and say, JR told on this person, that's why he's not in jail.
Yeah.
Trying to be a street rapper after that is like.
It's over.
It's a bit
and
tough.
I went all the way with it. Like, they was trying to put me in, they had, damn, I forgot the name of it, but I was basically high profile. So, you know, they could have put me in, it's called IPC, Involuntary Protective Custody. But I'm like, nah, I'm good. They're like, all right, as long as you don't incite a riot, rap in the yard. You know how many people asked me to rap my whole fucking bid? I'm like, nah. You know what I mean? But I definitely was in regular pop on the island to Ulster to where I was at upstate.
All right, so let me ask you a question. And, you know, obviously we're not going to name any names, but them dudes that you covered up for, what have they done for you for doing that, for doing 2 years for some shit they did? How did they repay you?
I mean, it would like give my brother, you know what I mean, little chump change and little money to throw my way. But honestly, I used to tell him like, yo, I'm good, my nigga. I'm straight. Like, because I had family and I had loved ones that was holding me down. So, and I was mad at that time. I was mad at everybody. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know, fuck that. Like, I'm good. Tell them to stop sending nothing. Don't ask them for nothing. I'm Gucci. But, you know, my brothers and certain people was just like, nah, fuck that. He owe or they owe. Like, nah, man, niggas got to set you out. Niggas got to make sure you good. I'm like, nah, I'm good, my nigga. I'm straight. I'm going to be great when I come home. I'm straight.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's sort of the problem is that you love the streets and they don't love you back most of the time.
Facts.
Yeah. So you ended up doing 2 years. Like, what do you think was the hardest part of your bid?
Being away from my daughter. Not having my freedom, not being able to eat how I wanted to eat, not being able to rap, you know what I'm saying, not being able to do a lot of stuff. Like, I did a freestyle over the phone for World Star, and it had a lot of views, and it caused a lot of controversy to where the commissioner sent his assistant to come see me personally and tell me to knock it off. Like, and
Okay. So that's the freestyle where you kind of took a shot at Cam and Jim Jones and I think Dame Dash.
Vlad!
You already know when you come here, man. Come on.
I should have never brung it up.
No, I had it in my notes. It didn't matter if you brung it up or not.
Yeah, honestly, at the time, man, I was in my feelings and, you know, I was blaming everybody else, whoever, because they definitely wasn't the reason why I was in this situation, but I felt like at the time, it was early in my bed, and I felt like, you know what, and I had a lot of, you know, you could imagine how many niggas I was locked up with that was straight hood, like, yo, my nigga, I got you. Like, let them niggas say something, like, you know what I mean? Amping me up and putting a battery in my back. And I was already mad that I was doing time, and I felt like nobody was setting me out or looking out for me. And I felt like I made a lot of money for certain niggas. So, you know what I mean? I just took it out on a freestyle, which I should have just kept it on the family tip and spoke to people face to face. But, you know, shouts to Cam. I spoke to Cam when I came home or whatever. And, you know, shouts to everybody. Like, you know, it's all love. Like, honestly, you know, I don't think Cam ever been in a situation like that, or Jim, or anybody else in the set, except for Hal Rel. So, you know what I mean? You know, when a lot of people that did biz could relate, you know what I'm saying? When you down and nobody reaching out, sending you mail, sending you money, coming to visit you, you start building that grudge, you know what I mean? Word.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like the line that everyone focused on in that song was, do you still fuck with Cam? Do you still fuck with Jim? If dudes turn their back on you, would you still fuck with them? And that's just what, because they just never visited and never reached out?
I mean, I really don't want to get into details, but yeah, like I said, I had a high-profile lawyer. He wanted $50,000, and that's like, you know what I mean, before we go to trial. So I had just did a deal with the same people I got Jim Jones a deal with. You know what I mean? That was Fontaine. I got Jim 100,000, and I went to get me. I forgot. I don't know if it was 40 or 50, but I had caught the case and spent damn near half of it. So I ended up giving him a chunk, and then I had to do verses and features and all of this. And he brought me to the office and told me, he sat me down and said, yo, listen, man, you need to put your pride to the side and really, like, reach out to these people. You made them millions. Like, put your pride to the side and ask. It ain't gonna hurt. It's your life. So, you know what I mean? I did that, and, you know, I really didn't get a response quick enough because I was already going to trial, and I ended up just copping out, and I just held that grudge. I was mad. You know what I mean?
What do you think about the whole situation?
Man, my point of view, man, I really feel like they tried to paint a bad picture on my brother and tried to make him look like he was a hater. It was some envy, jealousy type shit, you know what I'm saying? And actuality, you know what I'm saying? Bro been having this shit, man. He been in the condo.
I got my hat on and I had my Coke bottles up under my hat. And I'm sitting at the dinner table like an asshole with the hat on, knowing she gonna tell me to take it off. And I'm just sitting there just gawping down, you know, in my zone. She said, take that goddamn hat off at the dinner table. I'm like, come on, Mom. Coke everywhere.